Not in a rush to cook my food today. Okay. So I determined the next few steps with my motorcycle is to, after I reassemble it, still looking for a screw that's missing though. I don't know how long it's been missing. And I think the spark plugs, it might be worth changing because it could be the explanation. And the other thing is the air filter, which I can't get from local parts places. I'll have to order from the BMW dealership. Otherwise, I tested a few things with the fuel tap, after I started it. So I don't think it'll be as bad for some reason. I have a feeling that, opening up a lot of things was helpful and getting more familiar with the bike, it was helpful. First time I do a fire in a long, long time, it'll just cook a can of soup that's getting close to expiring and a little bag of spinach stuff. Hey, do you think I'm hiding what I'm reading behind the comic book? Oh no, they're just two things I'm gonna read. Okay, so hey, this is a vlog about looking for volunteer amateur scientists to measure things from my theory, which predicts growing intellectual laziness. By the way, thank you, Debbie, for paying part of what my insurance didn't pay for these glasses. I got my one pair of purple. I'm not sure what I look like. I've never really paid a lot of attention to what it would make me look like, but more related to, getting the dual prescription in it. I think that's what it is. Anyways, yeah, I did test a license plate far away, and I did read it better with the glasses, the top of the glasses, than without them. So anyways, getting back to seeking amateur scientists to measure HSD is, if intellectual laziness has been growing for a while, it could be the explanation for, let's say, a badminton club's dying and not getting better. The ones that aren't dying, the players aren't necessarily replenishing with, sometimes there's talented youngsters who were coached or who are, students that got a scholarship or something like that that might join a club. But I think badminton, which requires discipline and working memory and strategy and fitness to excel at compared to, let's say, baseball. And the other thing to measure also is volleyball, because volleyball, although badminton could be people very skilled at playing singles, volleyball will test variations of teamwork, especially if it's not always measured in somebody on a team of 6 playing college or university style, but also in independent clubs later on in their lives. If they can adapt to different people, different styles, different numbers of players on the court, different size courts, different surface courts. So volleyball would be, again, something that somebody that excels at would be less likely to suffer from intellectual laziness compared to, here's the other category, working out in a gym, especially with headsets and not really talking to other people. And one guy when he went to shower, he's got this shower speaker, so we had to all listen to, well, there wasn't a lot of people, but his music, which is not my style at all. So if he would have been in the gym, it'd be more in his ears, but in the shower, it'd be like I have to listen to it, which is not appealing music to me at all, And so much music now is swearing. It's really inhuman more and more. That was one of the previous vlogs asking you guys to measure this. So measure this in certain ways. Let's say you've been in the community a long time, and measure the history of badminton clubs, volleyball clubs, and also of things like baseball, whether it's growing and whether it's a variety of people playing, not just, youngsters in school, but like all age groups and all categories of demographics or intelligence skill sets. And so measure this if you've been in let's say, an average size or small town, but you'll have to ask around about, how long the club was and who was the good players and what's happening now. Like badminton clubs are often now uninterested in helping new people become better at the game, so they don't have the patience for that, intellectual laziness. Plus, they don't know how to do it. if they had the patience to teach and to also teach the right things. And they're often the older players of badminton are often more about the social beer afterwards. So that doesn't increase intelligence or fitness. So or the ability to focus next time if somebody else shows up and requires to meet somebody that's excited about the sport, that is complex, that is meant for people to keep getting better at for decades if they want. I mean, somebody can get very good at working in a gym or at baseball, in a fairly short time. But to become very good at different types of volleyball clubs and different strategies for the surfaces and the way to keep score and the way to make use of the strengths and weaknesses of your teamwork, let's say to excel and win, but also to grow as a team instead of just as a player, that's more complex. So again, intellectual intellectual laziness would favor baseball and working out in a gym. Discipline, athleticism, hardworking, passionate people about developing their potential would be more badminton and volleyball. And also, when I was in Asia, I was surprised how many United States relevant sports were being played there. And I would think, are the young people more interested in that, let's say, than badminton because they are wanting to be hip or cool, or they have idols of these sports that they see on TV. But you can see a lot of badminton players in Asia on TV. But I think probably there is the intellectual laziness, which of course HSD is everywhere and causing more of this intellectual laziness in any country of the world. So memetics has been spreading and other formats have been spreading HSD and therefore devolving our brain and pushing the popularity of intellectual laziness more and more. So measure this, you guys, and see what happens. And let me know, is there anybody out there that wants to do a little bit of measuring of these scientific phenomenons that I'm talking about? If so, let me know.